Hello, so a question from an IT leader this week is that we've just had a stressful week of platform outages and angry customers. What tips do we have for picking people up afterwards?
Definitely been there, definitely experienced that. And okay, I'm sure there's a few things that we can share on this subject. When I read this, one thought immediately was, I think we should make an assumption that the team have done everything that they could. They've done their best, but for whatever reason, events have happened, things break. We all absolutely understand that that happens. And that we should also assume, I guess, that the leader was there with that team throughout. So we're not talking about negligence, we're not talking about we're just talking about a team that genuinely feel like, perhaps, that they failed, that they couldn't solve or couldn't recover services as quickly. So we're in that place. Yeah. So where do we start?
So don't assume that you know how individuals are feeling, because everyone will be slightly different. So you'll have people who will be feeling the pain and just really upset for the customers. You might have some people blaming another team because you didn't do that, we should have deployed that, or we should have paid for something, or whatever that is. And then you'll have some people going, that's what happens. It's a bit matter of fact about it.
Okay, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a great illustration. So, as a leader, you certainly need to be addressing those individual feelings and those individual positions. For those people that are particularly upset about damage that they may have been part of, or rather the damage that this has caused to customers, then they may need some time to talk about it. If you do have people in your team that don't quite get it, then you can explain a little bit about what the impact perhaps was. Probably my key one for everyone really is to get something from it. So the one thing I would say don't do is just take everybody out for a beer and a party, and that doesn't really...
Well done for reacting, it was brilliant, you did well, thanks very much.
So care about the individuals. If people have worked huge hours, then make sure they get time back, pay appropriate, whatever you need to do, that's fine. What's always worked for me better, I think, is rallying around some response to what's happened. There's a great example from Google, and other organisations do similar things. An engineer at Google made a change where they cost a significant amount of money. Effectively, a lot of advertising revenue was lost, and they were naturally feeling very bad about it. Through the post-mortem and the recovery of that, however, the engineering lead that was in the wash-up conversation had asked, well, how much value did we get out of the learning? What have we gained? Is it the same as the loss? And the answer around the table was resoundingly yes. And that allowed everybody to move on. So yes, you're going to have major incidents, but if you can get the same value out of changes to your system because of those incidents, at least you're still moving forward.
I think encouraging that curiosity and that learning is really powerful, because you suddenly have a team that come together and they don't blame each other. You know, it becomes normal that they're, asking questions like how can we make it better. They're learning, the team are learning, and the organisation, most importantly, it should reduce some of those things happening in the future.
Yes, exactly. A couple of other thoughts. If the team need you to do something, or rather need support in getting something done through that work, then commit to those changes and make sure you see that through. That sets a great example. The other thing I was going to add, someone recently shared with me a guide, or rather a better RCA process, which Etsy, the online store, use. I'll add a link to that in the comments to this video when we publish it. It could be interesting for you conducting any kind of root cause analysis. It's a really useful guide.
Fantastic. So thank you very much for your question. I hope we've given you some tips that will help. If you have a question that you'd like us to talk about, please let us know, drop us a comment or send us a direct message. We'd love to hear from you. Many thanks.